Alrighty, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Smudcast number 777, The Mark of the Cool, the sadness behind Spike Spiegel. And what are we going to say about Cowboy Bebop? We love it. It's one of the best, if not the best, animes I've ever watched. So I'll probably agree with a lot of what the fans have to say about Bebop because everyone has watched it by now. It's over 20 years old. It's fantastic. We all love it for the same reasons. The problem becomes when the fanboys start gushing about a thing and reading into a thing. And it doesn't matter what fandom it is, what the person's saying. It's always going to be an exaggeration or, wow, I wasn't expecting that. It's like, or I just grew out of my childhood or whatever the bizarre rationalization is. Like when Mass Effect defenders talk about, I was in a car crash and I was in the hospital and I was playing Mass Effect 1 and it cured my depression. You're like, what are you talking about? What does that have to do with the show or the game? So this is going to be 20 minutes of me just going, yes, get on with it, please. And maybe he's entertaining. Maybe he's making jokes. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. So that's what I'm expecting. I don't watch this guy. I have no idea who he is. And he goes by the name of Internet Pitstop. Oh, wow. Came out a year ago, has over 100,000 views, and he's got over 200,000 subs. Must be a popular guy. Good for him. All right. And it's 23 minutes long. That'll take some time. Who knows what controversial things he'll say? Probably not much, because, again, Bebop is very simple to get into. There's not a lot of complexity, and it may be deep, but it's not as deep as you think. So here we go.
It's just good at looking like that.
I guess. It's not pretentious. That's why I can talk to people who like it, that they think that, Ed is some deep character. It's like, yeah, she's a mysterious character, but she's not deep. She's just weird.
Yeah, that's the whole character.
Goofy and weird and can hack
ADHD.
anything. Yeah, they could hack anything because the story demands it, and that's all we know. She could just do it. You're like, oh, how?
The magical hacker is like the wizard.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Go back to things I'm nostalgic of, whether that be I watched or things I thought were cool. I usually realize I was just being a dumbass. Now that I'm looking at it as a grown, hairy, buttholed man, you get standards. You don't just blindly consume everything that's in front of your face. So unfortunately, I don't get that same chub in my pants when I see that Brandy and Mr. Whiskers is playing at 2 a.m. It's unfortunate, but a lot of times the things you go back to that you're nostalgic of just don't hold up very well. But that isn't always the case. I first witnessed Cowboy Bebop on that sweet Toonami channel block, and I immediately was charmed and aroused the moment I heard Tom's sweet robot.
You know who Tom is?
Yeah, Steve Blum.
Yeah. So
he has one voice.
Pretty well. He does a good. Like when he played Grunt, I was like, "Who is that? What is that voice?" And I'm trying to figure it out. That kind of sounds like someone I know. So he does a very good, like, guttural sort of voice. Is hard to distinguish, but other than that, yeah, he has the same voice.
He does a really good Goku as well.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, he was the first Goku in English. In the video game Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
All right. Interesting.
Entering my eardrums. And like any kid, I was awake at too late of a time on a school night. I know, it's crazy, bro. I'm bonkers. I'm a fucking lunatic. I just got 5 stars just saying that. And my parents had already verbally abused me to go to sleep, but of course, with my level 80 solid snake stealth, I was already a certified vet when it came to playing my Game Boy and watching shows and then quickly pretending to sleep when my parents came in. I knew I would not be taking these orders, and so after pretending to sleep for a bit, once the coast was clear, I woke back up and I turned the show back on. But my eyes were not ready for this absolute epitome of cool. The coolest of cool things to ever exist, and that was Cowboy Bebop.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.
That's right, folks, I'm finally making my own Bebop video. Because I've kind of noticed that pretty much every anime YouTuber or YouTuber that talks about anime has a video about Bebop. It's kind of like a rite of passage, you know? You're not a real anime YouTuber until you make a Bebop video. Now, at the time, I pretty much enjoyed the show for the more obvious things that anyone can see and appreciate. It's jazzy, off-the-wall soundtrack, it's scratchy, comfy, perfect-ass animations, it's breathtaking fight scenes, and of course, how absolutely f***ing cool Spike is. Suddenly, I had found my new anime dad who would completely change my perception of what cool was. Before this, the epitome of cool to me was being a godly, jacked, lovable monkey man. But now I was dreaming of being even a slightly less cool Spike Spiegel. I promise this is very important information because it's all part of how, as I grew, my understanding of this character completely changed.
So this is what I was expecting. Oh, I grew up and I learned the thing and I like him so much and my perspective changed. I'm like, okay.
Oh, you got in your depressed teenager face. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's so good. I grew up as I watched Bebop and I became less of a kid. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. What other personal stories are you going to share? Like he was with his parents.
The first time I saw Bible Black, I was 13. And I didn't let my parents watch me. Because I was masturbating furiously.
I told them I was playing Game Boy, but I was really jacking off to Bible Black.
Bible Black, and I was watching it with the English dub.
Oh, that would not get you hard. That would get you confused. Like, what?
It has the best English dub.
Can you give us a summary of the story of Bible Black?
I can't. I honestly don't know.
I never saw it.
I don't know. I really don't know. Is it a bunch of magic, like a Bible? I don't know. Like a magic book?
They put the nine-tailed fox into a kid, then people die around him.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
The things that connected to me were seeing a drilled and excavated, only to then have a flashback and be like, yeah, my friends. They're counting on me. And then get a power-up and save the day and get the big titty anime girl of his dreams, you know? So with my first watch of Bebop, I just let the explosions, Bruce Lee kicks, and sick jazz music glaze my young, pubescent, Epstein-fearing eyes. And it was the same thing with Spike, you know? I just thought he was cool because he's a lanky, bushy
Okay, so Spike is cool. You were a kid. Oh my god, I didn't know anime was like this. It's like watch Akira, watch Princess Mononoke, watch anything in the past 90s. 2000s.
No, don't watch Akira. Read the manga instead. It's much better.
Oh yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying, this guy could have watched anything else. Oh my god, it's exciting and different, and it's not about a bunch of kids. Like, no kidding, yeah.
Wearing, never cough, smoking, Jeet Kune Do fighting, voiced by God, and has the omnipotent power to just summon jazz music with every fucking movement he makes. He's fucking cool, man. He takes everything.
I know God had a bad case of TDS, but okay.
Yes. And hates you, Smud.
Oh yeah, I got blocked years ago. I don't know what I did to him. I was just criticizing. Like every time he'd say something about Trump, I'm like, how can you prove that, Steve? Like, what do you talk? Why do you think he raped a woman? Can you prove that? It's really easy. You point to a court document, you point to an accusation, and you go blah blah blah. And eventually, he just got fed up. So
yeah,
people are weird on Twitter.
And he was willing to go out his way to promote the Netflix Bebop show because, like,
oh really?
He bought the harassment campaign news that people were harassing the actors online.
Oh, what's this?
There was never evidence of that.
Oh, that was when she did that dumb minute video. Where
yes,
her tits are not too big. It's like, oh god, honey, just let it go.
Cool, and smokes it. have I ever been influenced by a form of media
to
want to, do drugs or smoke a cigarette, like eat gross. Like those pictures of Bart and Milhouse doing lean.
Oh God, yes, you like Spike so much you want to be him. I assume you're growing out of your child phase at this point. Just zoom ahead here.
Kind of looks fucking cool. I kind of want to see Spike is the real blame for tobacco addiction. But as I got older, every few years I'd rewatch the show and
6:33.
Sure.
That's when Spike's history timestamp is.
All right.
Oh my God.
What the? Hope I'm not missing anything important here, but 6:09. Okay, almost there. Why are we showing more Naruto? I don't know.
I'm not sure this guy is as grown up as he thinks.
Yeah.
You mean he's kind of short? Yeah, it kind of looks like.
All right, we're at almost 6:30. It's good enough. Go.
He can be this chill, adapt to anything kind of person. Okay, so Spike in his past used to be in a crime syndicate with specifically two main players, Vicious and Julia.
What?
And you see, Vicious...
Julia was a main player?
Maybe in the relationship, but not really.
There's no mention of her being a...
Maybe he got... How old is this video? Maybe he got tainted by the live action thing.
2 years ago.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. That they changed Julia's involvement with the story up considerably, especially Vicious as well.
They were kind of a thing, But then, basically, he cucked Vicious, okay? Now that is what I call an entanglement. Thank you. Oh, shit, hey. Oh no. Spike fell in love with Julia, and he later describes her as this piece of himself that he lost somewhere along the way. He wants to live a different life with her, so he makes this plan to basically fake his death and escape the syndicate with her. But leaving a crime syndicate, wouldn't you know, it's not fucking easy. So of course Vicious finds out, threatens to kill Julia if she...
Did he mute that? He did not mute the actual audio track. He just...
It's random. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not.
No. Not the music, the audio track of the show. He kept it in there. It sounds like they're talking over.
Yeah. It can be.
He did it. I could hear it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
When she meets with Spike to sabotage. Luckily for her, somehow she...
It's his voice, it's the background music he added, and then stuff from the clip. It's a cacophony.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
For her, she escapes from that and now is on the run constantly from the syndicate, so Julia doesn't show up. And Spike then has to continue with his plan of faking his death, and it succeeds, and he escapes the syndicate. But the main thing about Spike is his eyes. Spike had lost his eye in some accident, as he puts it, and so he got this fake cybernetic eye to replace it. And it's brought up a few times that because one of his eyes...
Brought up once at the end, and then the other time is when Pierre Le Fou gets scared of him because he thinks he looks like a cat, and Pierre Le Fou doesn't like cats.
There's also episode 6 when he confronts the kid, and we see the flashback scene of Spike having a fake eye.
Yeah.
Like the operation scene itself.
But the meaning behind it's only revealed right at the end of the show, so it's not, like, it doesn't mean anything till then, so we're like, whatever, it's just an eye.
The real can see the past, while the fake one can only see the present.
Okay, he's being poetic, and he's explaining the theme of the whole frickin' show, which is everyone has to get over themselves in order to move forward, that everyone is trapped, even Ed. That's kind of what all the inhabitants of the Bebop are like. Like, he can't literally see the past, but like other people who have had traumatic experiences, they're shaped by that, and they can't let them go. So he's saying this like it's verbatim. It's like, no, he's just trying to tell Faye how deep it means to him to go stop Vicious. That, and he just lost everything. So he's going to do it anyway.
Really in the state of not knowing whether he's alive or not. He can't let go of this past that he's constantly seeing, this life he wants to have with Julia. It's this dichotomy that makes it so Spike.
It's not a dichotomy. What are you? What? There's no he's not conflicted. He's like, I want to go see Julia, but to my world, she's gone. And then all of a sudden, he gets wind of her. She's like, oh my God, she's still alive. Let me go drop everything and go check her out. And then she dies. And then the next episode, he's going to go stop Vicious. And that's it. That's the story. There's nothing else to it. Spike is not like traumatized and having nightmares. He's just aloof half the time. And then sometimes he gets angry and sometimes he's goofy, and that's about it. He's a very easily understood character.
Maybe he thinks the movie is a direct sequel to Cowboy Bebop, and they just go for another adventure.
Yeah, the movie is just the same idea, only we see a
longer episode.
It's a very long, deeper, because they used a lot of characters from the show as well. And the three old men make a scene, which I thought was funny. And it's the same parallel of here's a character who has taken a bad turn of events, and he has a woman chasing after him, to not only someone who loves him, but also wants to bring him to justice. And it's very similar to Spike's scenario, where he has to find a woman and have a better life. She's trying to resolve that problem, or at least figure out what happened to him. And it's like he's this super soldier kind of dude with this crazy, was it a nano machine or some sort of nanites in a marble? I can't remember the exact, was it a virus? Something like that?
Yeah, it's a virus.
Yeah, so he's a terrorist, and he's going to blow stuff up because life sucks, etc.
Reality is clouded. His vision of the past and present are blurred, so he can't tell if he's alive or not. He can't tell if he's in a dream or not. And because he's stuck between his past and his present, he can't move forward in life. He can't develop.
That was like the second episode, and I think the other one was the 15th or the 16th, the one with all the psychiatric room where they have to go find the guy to play chess with. And he's walking around that building, and there's this moody scene of just him walking around. It's nice, but there's not much to it. Like, I don't want to read into it because there's no dialogue. It's just this atmospheric vibe, like, ooh, cool.
Is static. He all at the same time is dwelling on his past, the parts where he wants to find Julia and go out and live a life with her, but also dreading the unresolved parts of his past, the demons that he can't face.
No, he faces them head on because it catches up with him. He has no problems. He's just running away from Vicious all the time, but whenever he encounters him, he wants to engage him, and he can't because either Vicious gets the better of him. He has to fight off his henchmen like those two brothers. And eventually episode 26 comes by or episode 25 and 26 come by where he stops it. Because there's only like 5 episodes with the main plot of Spike. So, no, he's pretty gung-ho.
Yeah.
This whole game in Bebop with all the characters that you can't move forward in life if you're constantly dwelling on the past and not being able to get over trauma of your past. He's constantly throughout the show going through life as if it's a dream, as if he's already dead. That's why at certain points it really feels like he doesn't even enjoy his current life on the Bebop. It starts with small things like complaining that there's no beef in the bell peppers with beef, and then when Ed and Ein and Faye all join the group, he says,
Jet, do you know that there are 3 things that I particularly hate?
Really?
Kids, animals, and women with attitudes.
See, in the Japanese version, it was tomboys, not women with attitudes. See, it's not the same. As much as it's good, I'm like, just why didn't they just say tomboys?
Oh, why didn't they just play the Japanese audio with subtitles? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very simple. He didn't even have a scene where he was moving his lips. They could have just said tomboys.
He's stuck past. He wants to find Julia and escape from his unresolved.
Spike's voice in Japanese is just so good as well. Like I like the entire cast, like the original cast, but like Spike's voice is just an excellent choice. I don't think like anyone can deliver that.
Well, that's Yamadera. He's the guy who did
Yes.
Spike.
I think like he has like another role, but that's like the complete opposite of what Spike is in the show.
Yeah, he's an old
right. Oh yes, he plays Beerus from the Dragon Ball Super, the cat god, the war god or something like that.
Oh, really?
God of Destruction. That's the name.
Hmm.
That is just like such a silly character.
Yeah, no, he's what the hell's that guy? Yeah, I know he's in Lupin. I just can't remember what the hell the guy's name is. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Can't remember. Anyway.
Daisuke? Jigen?
Shinji? No, not Shinji. What the hell's his name? Koichi? Is it? No. Not Koichi. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Do you mean Goemon?
I can't remember the name.
Who was it?
So this life on the Bebop is nothing more than a meaningless diversion to him, at least early on it is. The only times you really see him not in this cool, chill, adapt to anything personality is with two specific situations. One is whenever there is a mission that is considered dangerous. Spike
will pick up your signal and open fire.
Okay, this video is jumping all over the place. What's happening? Just rewind it for a bit.
The sound mixing is atrocious.
Mission that is considered dangerous or life-threatening. Spike himself says,
if you don't, all the attack satellites will pick up your signal and open fire. There's zillions of them and they've all got kill lasers. Wow, is this too hard for you?
Oh no, I wouldn't call it hard. More like impossible. It's like trying to play baseball with...
Is there static? What the heck?
Yes, there is
added
static.
that.
Like he couldn't increase the audio level without ruining the quality of the audio.
Oh,
I would trust him to have added that personally.
No, it's probably he boosted the gain and it just brought up all the background noise. He's like, oh, that's normal, I guess. Like, yeah.
Hey, where you going?
Let's do it.
these dangerous missions that at any point with any single mistake could kill him give him that rush of making him feel like he's alive again. That's why he enjoys them.
How do you know that?
With any mention of the oh so common name of Julia. The first time he hears her name, he's determined and excited and frantic, something we don't see of him very often. Because to Spike, leaving with Julia means escaping the past trauma that he's running from. And every time...
Or actually embracing it, or accepting it, or whatever. So Julia is the past, right? So he thought she was gone. That was kind of the deal they made, that he was going to fake his death and then meet up with her, and she didn't come because she knew she would have been found out and she probably would have died. So sucks. As far as he knows, she could be dead.
Leaves to go find Julia and escape from his unresolved issues of the past. It's the silver-haired weeb who brings swords to gunfights. Vicious. Vicious is the idea of your past catching up to you as a person. So Spike throughout the whole show is living in the state where he doesn't really know if he's alive. He's constantly seeing his past and present not being able to exist in either. The whole reason that Spike can literally be in a situation where he might die, where he's facing death in its face and saying, is because Spike doesn't even feel like he's alive.
Or he is accustomed to danger and he's okay with it, and he's been there before. Because he's an action man, and he deals with all kinds of fast-moving things like planes and fights and gunfights. That's the mark of an expert or a seasoned person.
Like he was an ex-syndicate member.
Yeah.
Like, that has to be like he had to live on the edge all the time.
Yeah, he's killing people, getting shot at. He's fighting with guys with swords and grenades and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, he knows what he's doing. It's not like he doesn't care. He's like, oh, my life, who cares? It's all a dream. No, he's not stupid. These people reading he's really living in the past. He's not really alive. Okay.
Spike Spiegel, Link to the Past.
He's in a dream, man. He's not really here.
He starts smoking and he teleports to the dark world.
I need more smokes to be connected to the past. Like, okay, sure. That's what's really happening. It's all in his head.
He uses all these dire situations and these dangerous missions as a way of coping to make him feel alive again. These words are spoken by a guy who's broken, a guy who's stuck between his past and present, a guy who's unmotivated with dealing.
He seems pretty well adapted for someone who's broken. I mean, yeah, he has his trauma, but he throws himself into dangerous situations and flirts and gambles and has a good time. He's enjoying his life as best he can, as far as I can tell. I don't know. I never got the fact that he was depressed or stuck in the past in a negative way. I don't know. It's like you found your old girlfriend still has the hots for you like 20 years ago. Like, oh wow, she's still around. She still likes me. Let's go check her out. And while you're busy doing your busy life, it's how it goes. Yeah.
With trauma, he is stuck in a constant limbo of drifting in nothingness.
No. He's a bounty hunter with Jet, and they take what they can get because that's their business model, and that's it. That's all they got. I think
he is really confusing the Netflix version.
Oh yeah,
because he is perfectly describing like what Spike was in the Netflix show. Like he is actually depressed, and every single day he thinks about Julia and like the kind of sex they had 2 times.
Oh god.
3 years later.
Oh boy.
Like imagine like having sex 2 times with one girl and like, oh fuck. If only I could go back to that. But I know that she's alive and she's with Vicious, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, this is not.
It's a bad version of simplification.
Yeah, this is not some anime about trauma. There is people in their past, but their pasts have this thing that they encounter eventually. So Spike has the syndicate with Vicious. Faye has her recording and her old house that is like long gone because she was in cryo sleep or whatever. Ed finds her dad, and Jet finds his ex-wife.
Yeah,
that's
trauma and unresolved issues are not the same thing. They have overlap, they have similarities, but they're not the same.
Yeah, and Jet gets like 1 or 2 episodes. Faye gets 3 at least.
Yeah.
And Ed gets at least 2 or 3 with Ein, maybe 4 with Ein. So, I mean, it's not.
2. I think 2 because like there was the mushroom episode.
Oh,
and
okay.
The one where they find their dad.
Yeah, I mean the introduction episode, the one with the dad where they go to that planet.
Yeah, that's 3. You're right.
And the rest are all just random stuff that's funny and goofy and stuff like that. So it's nothing traumatic. Like Ed is super adapted. Like she's just happy. She's a kid. She's running around, flying around. She thinks she's an airplane and playing with Ein. Oh, I'm gonna go back home now. Okay, bye. Like, oh, all right. I guess you're going. And then Faye is off doing her thing, so they think she's gone. Then she comes back, and Jet and Spike are still there. So, not that complicated.
And adapt to anything persona comes from not even feeling like he's alive
No.
at all. And it might be
He
kind of
said
sad
that
to
3
think that
times.
Spike, this whole
So it
time
must be
living on the
true.
Bebop, didn't see it as, real. That it was just a dream, or that he never enjoyed his time or the people there, and that it was all...
Then why is he working out? Why is he smoking? Why is he always concerned about protein intake? Why is he concerned about making money and stupidly blowing stuff up? Because, oh shit, I forgot about that. I should have thought before I killed people.
Why does he care to dress up so nicely every single time?
Yeah, it's kind of...
Wearing a shirt like that with the tie isn't that easy every single day.
Yeah, if you're depressed, you don't want to eat, you don't care, you just want to stay in your room.
You just want to stay in bed all day.
Yeah.
And not do anything.
Spike is pretty well adjusted as far as his trauma is concerned. He wish he could eat better. He obviously wants more out of life, but he likes what he's doing. And he's still escaping the syndicate, so he's always trying to avoid it. He knows where he's come from. So I would be pretty happy if I'm alive, and I know that I could die tomorrow. So yeah, maybe you might have that go-get-him attitude and doing the exciting things he can do now that he has a working spaceship and ammo in his gun. And it's legal.
In a way, so he has to be on the move for the syndicate to not catch up.
Yeah.
And that puts him kind of in limbo.
Yeah, but not in this...
As everyone else on the Bebop.
Not in
That's
this...
what this is. They're all in limbo.
Yeah, but not in this emotional, traumatic limbo where he can't move forward. Like he can't go forward in life. It's like, well, you could stop being a bounty hunter. You could do something else and change his identity and whatever. That's fine. But he's not. So that's just the story. And if it were that way, like, oh, what if he had like an existential episode like what Neon Genesis does every 2, where it's like, oh, why am I doing this? Oh. Like, and he tried to escape the Bebop and the life and all that jazz, and then he realizes he can't because the syndicate's everywhere, or all his friends are dead, or like just with Faye, where she goes back home and there's nothing there, and she lays down in her room and there's, what am I doing? What's the point of this? And she realizes there's nothing there, so she goes back. I guess Spike could have had that episode, but we didn't need it. Faye did it for us.
To him. But I don't think that's the case. It was at the very beginning, but that is the beauty of Bebop. It's a character study, so its plot is the characters.
That's not wrong, but
he's more right than the usual guy we cover.
Yeah, I don't think this is I really don't think Cowboy Bebop's a character study. I think it's a very entertaining, well put together story, or series of episodic stories that have a bunch of characters with pasts that catch up with them. There's not much depth to Spike. There's not much depth to Faye. There's not much depth to all the characters. There's just enough for us to understand them, and that there's something extra for them to give us at a later date. Like with Jet, we get his episode. He's done. He's moved on. Yeah. That's like what, episode 7 or 8? I can't remember what time it happens. When
episode 8, I think, is the one with the old girlfriend, and there's episode 15 or 13, I think, when Bad comes back and tries to get Jet to join him.
Oh, okay.
Because he wants to close a loose end.
Yeah. But he throws away his watch from his wife.
Yeah.
His wife is with another guy. Who cares? Get on with life. He does. And that's it. We don't need to deal with his story anymore because he's done. So he's there as this rock saying, hey guys, this is the Bebop. I own it. You're on board with me. You're my teammates. And that never changes.
Yeah.
Even at the end of the story. He's still waiting on the Bebop, trimming his bonsai, waiting for Spike to come back. That's it.
I will lean out the window a bit. What I think is going on, because I see this so often with Americans especially, I would say, that anytime they see something that isn't just focusing on the main plot every episode, they think it's a character study. to put it bluntly.
Really?
So because we see a lot of characterization in Bebop. That's not the same, as you say, it's not the same as a character study, but if you compare that to you being used to every episode is just the standard main plot, it would certainly look like that.
I just find it odd that he's reading into this like, oh, if it's not a main plot, and the main plot again is only Spike with 5 episodes, and if it's not that, there'll be like interludes, not interludes. There'll be little scenes, as they showed with him at the bar, where he's having a little dream. I think that's the one with the kid with the harmonica, the Symphony with the Devil, or whatever the hell that episode's called. The second or third episode, and that's it. Like there's this little insight, little 5-second clip of someone's past, and that's it. And we just keep going. You're like, what is that? Oh, then we learn later, like the last episode, what that meant. So it's not supposed to be interpretive. Like, what did that scene mean? What is it? No, it's all surface stuff that it gets revealed. Like the flashbacks with Julia. He's playing pool. Even the scene in the room, they're together. He's injured. She's taking care of him. And then in the closing ending clips, there's a staircase, and they're walking up, or they're walking towards the staircase together. It's like that's about all you get with Julia and their past. And that's all we need. We don't need to read into it. So there's like Julia is still a mystery to everyone. We have no idea what kind of person she is, aside from she loves Spike, and that's all we know. That's all we need to know.
All of them get over something in their past, so their lives are frozen. They can't move forward. Which, by the way, is why the show is episodic, because, the characters can't move forward in life, so the show can't move forward. That's why.
What the hell are you talking about? So Star Trek is episodic because the characters can't move forward?
No. I see how he gets his logic together, but I wouldn't agree with that interpretation. It's rather that was still a time when episodic writing was still a very strong staple.
I don't know what he's talking about.
In most anime, the story doesn't move forward very fast. It's normal.
Sure. But the difference is it's fun to have all these side stories. It's entertaining.
Yeah, and
we don't mind.
Every side story does bring something. And from that, the whole thing develops, and then you can move forward. You're not rushing through.
It's a thing again and again and again and again. And the plot only moves forward when the characters actually move forward with their lives.
No. It's random. They could have had episode 5 right near the end and then had the rest. They could have had 4 episodes all chained together from 23 to 26 all about Spike. They could have done that all at once. Why not? But they didn't. They spaced it out. So you get a taste of this. Then you get a taste of like Jupiter Jazz. Oh, that was like that episode 5, which was the big one. Jupiter Jazz was when was it? What episode was it? It was spaced
12 and 13.
Yeah, it was just like every really deep personal one pops up every 4 or 5 episodes. And then you get a little flavor of Ed, you get a little flavor of Faye. And then you get Pierre LeFou, which I don't know what that was about, but it was all like, blow the budget on him.
It was a very, very good filler.
Yeah, it was a lot of very good animation. Like they put the effort to make it entertaining for you. So Bebop is there to tell a story and to entertain you as much as possible. Much the same way, what's his name? Yoko Taro, who did Nier Automata. His philosophy was every level should be a different experience. Like, so the first level or whatever level is going to be a bullet hell level. The next level is going to be exploration level. The next level is going to be side scroller. Like, he wants to do different things every time so the player is never bored. And that was,
Still awake.
yeah, his philosophy was that most games are all the same. If they're like a Mega Man side scroller, it's always a Mega Man side scroller. There's never a jump. There's never another game mode. Whereas he wanted to change that with the engine. So that's Bebop.
When you walk from the forest, which is a nice little labyrinth, to the castle exterior where you have a boss fight, big open plain mostly. Then you get into the castle and the camera turns and you get the 2D side scroller thing. It keeps you mentally awake.
Yeah, and the story is kind of strange, to put it lightly.
Yeah, and you through these changes, you realize even more that you're moving forward than just through the next event or the next level or whatever it is, or the next biome. It's great.
Yeah, I think that's a fine game design concept and difficult to pull off, but they did it. So
yeah, you can mess that up so easily.
Oh yeah.
You're a genius, just genius, just.
Okay.
I kiss the feet.
Oh my.
I kiss.
All right, I'm almost done with this guy.
Let's go to the final few minutes.
Yeah, this is. It's probably just gonna be talking about episode 26, and that's it.
Can he talk about the Netflix show?
Oh God, please don't.
No.
All right, last 2 minutes. Here we go. Ah, there it is. Yeah, okay, I thought so.
Roll a loser. Call me a caca poo poo pee pee shire. Call me a
Caca poo poo pee pee shire. What the hell? All right, we just jumped into this. I don't know what he's talking about.
Awesome.
You are all these things, sir. There you go.
this boy, but I was getting really teary-eyed as that last angelic tune played as Spike laid on that staircase. Now, the last line of this show is...
So he's admitting that there's drama in his story that he likes. Fantastic. That's great to hear.
Carry that weight.
Oh,
Much
God.
like the show, this has a lot of different
No,
interpretations.
don't talk about the Dunn Beatles song. Oh, God, stop it. I've watched enough of these videos. I hope he doesn't. If he's smart, he'll probably talk about it because that means he's educated and he knows the Beatles. And he did a Google search one time.
I thought it was still about Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, maybe in the movie. But
Yes.
People read into this so much. And if you ever know the lyrics to the song, is basically there's one chorus line that gets repeated, and then there's whatever nonsense the Beatles are singing.
The Beatles only had one good album, that's Revolver, and all the other ones are crap.
That was their first
Especially
one.
the White Album. I fucking hate that.
The Beatles are a cultural phenomenon. Love them or hate them. Revolver was their first, I think.
No, it wasn't.
What was their first then?
Probably not Revolver.
I think okay, they went through their pop phase, and I thought that was Revolver, but their white album was the Ringo experimental one, right? Where they went to India and they learned the sitar and they did all these crazy melodies. But no, this one is it's right after the pop phase, and it's just
The very first one was Please Please Me, and then with the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, A Beatles for Sale, Help, Rubber Soul, and then Revolver. And after Revolver comes Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It was alright. Magical Mystery Tour, The Beatles, Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road, Let It Be, and that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Revolver is there. Oh my god, it's the 7th album.
Okay, I was way
Why are
off.
there so many albums?
Well, yeah, again,
Because they were released in LP and there weren't a lot of songs per LP.
all right. Well, either way, this song is honestly go listen to it on YouTube. It's nothing special. It sounds fine, but this is all like the Beatles have the most translatable music. Being I can take their music and put it into a choir. I could put it into a symphony. I could put it into it's 4/4 time. Everything's the same, anyone can translate it. Compare that to The Doors or The Who and try to translate that. You can do some of their music, but not a lot of it, and that's because it's rock.
I mean, Paul McCartney actually made like a really complex song. It's called Temporary Secretary, so it's like his complete best, but he couldn't share that kind of genius to the Beatles.
Oh yeah, look at even with Queen's, as pop music as Queen is, when you look at how they made Bohemian Rhapsody and the efforts that Freddie went through, like he actually composed it.
Oh, like that is just completely different.
It is like, first you get a guy who's extremely gifted and talented, so he trained his gift to sing like that and to have those notes. Then he went, wait a second, how do we write music? Let's be as creative as I can be with a song that's 5 minutes long. It's like this really strange song.
Yes.
this rock ballad power thing. And the lyrics don't make a lick of sense. You're like, what is the hell is he talking about?
Mama.
Yeah, it's so bizarre, but it sounds so amazing.
It is.
No. I sat down on the lyrics at one point. There is a story to it. But
because Freddie Mercury is part Indian.
Yeah, but since it is told in dialogue, you can't make it out clearly. So you have to let the interpretation fly in your head.
Yeah, it's almost psychedelic, but it just sounds amazing. And this is the complexity of someone like Freddie, who could make something like this and write it and then perform it and then get his band together to say, hey, we're going to do this way. And they're like, you're crazy, Freddie. This is never going to work. They do it anyway. So the Beatles, it's all like, you could classically train a group like the Beatles. Not saying it'll work, but all the training is you could set them up, off you go. Can't do that with The Who, can't do that with The Doors, can't do that with a bunch of other rock, classic 70 guys, especially jazz. It's too complicated. Anyway, this is the very last frame of the goddamn series outside of the credits. And people read into this so much. It's like, it's just about the past. It's all the story has been about, the past catching up with you. Get over yourself. Get on with your life. That's it.
He did add Netflix into the tags of this video.
You did? Oh.
Yes.
Not a good idea.
The cheeky cunt he is.
Kissing the boots of Watanabe. Yeah, I think that's a bit too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're almost done.
Goodness gracious, he's gonna talk for 1 minute on that one frame.
I hope not.
Yes, he is.
I'm just going to tell you mine. As I said before, we see these characters all dealing with a similar problem. They all have trauma from their past that they don't want to resolve. And it's because of that they
do want to.
not
whenever
everything,
the opportunity arrives, because like, what the fuck is Spike gonna do with the Syndicate? Like, no realistic solution there is to it. You're just gonna go in one-man army and just do it in the state that he is. Like, he needs something that's gonna motivate him to do a step like that.
I don't think these people don't resolve their stories. They do resolve their stories, whether it's reluctance.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, this is not. They're not running from their past. They're trying to figure out who they are anymore. Faye especially. Ed is just along for the ride. She's having a good time. And then she says, well, time to go back home. Okay. Her vacation's over with. Her fun little romp is done.
Yep.
Whereas this is Jet's life. Jet's going to keep doing this. So, again, Spike could be along for the ride, but he's pretty much the agent number one of all the Bebop people. He's the point man. And Faye is capable, of course, but again, we don't really understand how she's so capable. It's like, oh, she's really good with the gun and she's good at cards. We don't exactly know why. And it's sort of explained in the manga, but that's, we don't need to know that. We just need to know she's capable and she serves her function. And she wants to know what happened to her past. Because she's like, what is she, 116 or something like that?
Yes.
I can't remember the exact age.
Well, she has to be ancient. Because one of her girlfriends from that time was like in her 90s or something.
Yeah.
Life. And now that we've reached the very end of the show, seeing all these characters do that, we can now, through them, learning from them, can hopefully carry our own weight.
Oh, get off yourself. Get off. I can learn from Spike. He's a cool guy who dies. Okay, I'm going to learn not to tussle with the crime syndicates of the world.
So yeah. He's got to become trans and kill himself? Oh.
You don't have any weight on you yet.
Yeah,
you stupid child.
The best thing is
he's kind of slim, yeah.
Get over your exes and find a new one. I don't know, like what are you gonna say to someone watching Bebop go, oh, now I know I should never have unresolved emotional ties with people. Like, okay, fair. Don't go gambling, especially with women. Don't have children out of wedlock and have them come up on your doorstep when they're 7 or 8, however old Ed is. Don't attract stray dogs. I don't know. Like, what the hell are you going to learn in your life from these characters, aside from, yeah, you should probably deal with whatever is holding you back, whatever that is. I don't know, dude. That's you're reading way too much into this. Like, imagine watching or reading or watching Lupin. It's like, I'm all right. Not gonna fall for the femme fatale. All right, yeah, okay, dude. Not gonna steal from the rich. All right. Not gonna jump out of airplanes. Like, okay, that's a good idea. Not gonna bring a sword to a gunfight. I don't know. Like, what are you gonna learn from anime?
According to Goemon, bringing a sword to a gunfight is the only way to win.
Oh yeah, that's true. Once again, I must cut something useless. I'm just like Spike. I have no point in my life. I need to put myself in dangerous situations. All right, fine.
Of our past problems from then on. I'm sure we've all made mistakes in the past and have problems, and sure, ours aren't as fucking extreme as crime syndicates and losing your entire memory in a Spacegate accident. It showed me that no matter what happened to me, whether it was a breakup, a mistake I made in the past, I didn't get the fucking job.
I just realized this is probably gonna be demonetized because he's using the actual music from the soundtrack. I'm like, oh shit.
We can end the video here.
Yeah, he's getting somewhere. I just don't know if it's just going to be some personal
the end of the video.
Psychobabble. It's just gonna be,
he gets to the end of the video and nowhere else.
Okay, fair. Go ahead, admit it. How's that?
Yes.
There we go. Oh, he's talking to a CG or
gonna show campfire blaze or something.
Okay.
Have like a series type thing with, just having different characters that I could analyze. So do me a favor and please comment down other characters.
All right, we're good. Yeah, it wasn't unexpected, but I've seen worse. So,
Yeah.
And by worse, I mean like the birth of YouTube. When people were talking about Bebop and they were making videos for the first time, like, oh wow, this is really rough. But yeah, no, he's a fan of Bebop. So are we. Get over it, please. It's been 20 years, at least.
25.
Oh God. Yeah.
27, actually.
It's a fantastic show. Everyone should watch it, but please don't read into it. It's not that complicated. All right, let's see if we have any memes. Oh, they moved. Why do these channels keep moving around? I don't know what's going on. Alrighty, we got some memes. Let me just turn those on. Here we go. May 6th. By Allah, how will Spike and Jet escape this precarious situation? What the? Okay. And here we have... okay. What is this?
I don't know what Patrick is doing there as a cop.
Yeah. Please, babe, please see a psychiatrist. You're not Spike Spiegel from the classic 90s anime Cowboy Bebop. Oh, well. Whatever happens, happens. What? I don't want to know. Me playing with my saggy balls in the morning. Is this supposed to mean something? I don't know, dude. Who is making these memes?
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
He's our resident autistic man.
His time has come. It's the Bebop episode. He's got to bring Bebop memes.
It's finally fulfilled his destiny.
Broke Bop Mountain. Oh. Okay.
Oh no, that's the worst one so far.
See you, space retard. Why is that? Why would the font change? Like,
it's
what?
a very quality edit.
Just use an actual like Photoshop type program and type the word retard and make it the same font.
But it has the iPhonico tag, so we know that it is funny.
Oh, there's okay.
All of them have it.
There's Vincent, and he's got, what is that?
It's an Old Spice.
Oh, all right. Is that where he's holding the switchblade? I can't remember that scene. Holy hell! What am I looking at?
I'm not gonna ask.
Pasta, maybe.
On pizza.
I don't want to know. Bebop versus Lupin. Okay. Part of me says this isn't possible. Another part says, why hasn't this happened yet? Please don't. Leave good things alone. They don't need to have crossovers. Perfectly fine the way they are. And I think the Bebop crew look uncharacteristically well dressed, which is not normal.
Yeah. And the half of the cast is already dead, so don't bother with this.
Yeah. Okay, our IO, you watch anime. It's cool. By the way, nice cock. What? The heck?
What? How's Wes? Please explain how the funny works in your brain.
It has ifunny.co in it. That's where the funny is.
And then we watch anime to get the fuck away from me because it's shonen.
Yes.
All right, so guys don't like shonen, but seinen.
It's mediocre shonen at best.
Okay, but seinen is okay for this guy. All right, fair enough. Not sure about the cock, man. That's a little weird. Don't wanna. Never say a guy has a nice cock. That's not comfortable for anyone. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
That's not chat behavior.
Cool game. Here's 6 gorillion to make it gay and lame. What?
That's BlackRock.
Yeah, but what is he?
It's ESG money.
Yeah, but what's the context? So what?
What's the context?
The context is to make the Cowboy Bebop live adaptation.
Oh, really?
No,
that's how it happens.
No, it's not.
No?
Stop adding context to the meme, Wisp. Where's the moderator when you need it?
It's the one that I can interpret.
Like, all these moderators need to be fired for their lack of service.
What is this?
This is just unforgivable.
I'm not even sure what I'm looking at anymore. 14. Sadly, I am Jaguar Warrior. 13. You seeing this shit? Eagle Warrior? Like, what is this?
This is the wrong the order of how you write text.
Yeah.
In every way. Not just from right to left. It's also from down to up.
Why is
Who does that?
Why is the 13 on the bottom right and the 14 on the top right? We just put the 13 next to the freaking text you're reading, so you go, oh,
the other doesn't.
This is so stupid. Why would you do this? But even then, if I read it properly, what the hell is this meme? What is going on here? Why did you put this in the freaking channel?
The memes may be worse than the video.
This is okay. So here we have just a bunch of clips trying to say Spike is like Lupin, yada yada yada. I'm not disagreeing. This is a stretch. I forgot what a great series Cowboy Bebop is, and
It's the Rugrats.
The Rugrat, yeah, art style. There's the great scene on the plane, which he mirrors in the movie. We just saw that.
You posted that already.
He liked it twice.
Yeah.
When you're about to hear a leftist go on a whole gushing lecture about trauma in fiction. Oh.
Really liked about gushing today.
I get fanboys love to gush, but you just got to tone it down a bit. Think it through. Hello, Johnny Sins from Brazzers?
Brazzers? Isn't that some kind of porn site?
Hello, Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. And they're both... Yeah, that was a
They're
weird...
both disguised as janitors.
They're both wiping the wall with a... Yeah, I never understood that in the movie where he's got this broom and he's scrubbing a part of the wall. I'm like, Spike, what the hell are you doing? Trying to be inconspicuous by doing this stupidly. Like, if he was just sweeping the floor, he'd be fine.
He's just done with taking it seriously.
Yeah, he's just scrubbing the wall with this.
It's
maybe the wall is moldy.
It's so stupid.
No, it's hiding in plain sight. You do something so out of the ordinary that people just ignore you because you're weird. But you're also supposed to be there.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Or you want to see if you failed a mission and can finally die.
I don't think this guy is a left-leaning white guy. I just think he's a fanboy. And he's trying to explain why he likes the thing. And he doesn't know why. He just goes through much like that dude we covered before with the drawing of Ugly. And he actually responded to me in comments, and I'm like, this guy is...
That was hilarious.
This guy thinks I'm a Gamergate 2 guy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that guy was left-wing brainwashed completely. But this guy here, I saw nothing left-leaning in any way. He's just a...
There was nothing.
Fanboy.
Yeah, you should have stopped the sentence right there. There was nothing.
Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. I like it. I don't know what it's from, but it looks familiar. The Beatles never made a song that was listenable. John Lennon was a wife-beating communist. What?
Yes, that is actually true. I only read about it a few years ago. It's actually really bad.
And his greatest contribution to music is when he got a .38. Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Basically, like John left his first wife was just some English woman, but like he was terrible, awful, and the kid that was born from the first marriage was also like left there, like he didn't care for him at all, and then just married this Japanese bitch out of nowhere because they were both activists.
Well, he certainly followed the Communist Manifesto about family.
Yes.
And this is a meme now? I don't know. We see this on so many YouTube discussions about...
I don't get the meme.
Bebop. I don't...
There's no meme.
Understand.
The message of Bebop is you should get over yourself. Like, okay, sure, thanks.
I'm gonna rate these memes 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Not very impressed.
Anyway, we didn't have Hawk show up. That's okay. He's busy.
Yeah. Ruined the stream.
Yeah, well, that was not as bad as I thought it would go. He wasn't as poetic or as rambly. Although we skipped a lot, so I don't know how cringy that might have been. But as far as fans go, he wasn't as bad as I thought.
My tea leaves tell me we didn't miss anything.
Yeah, pretty much. So I've heard these fanboys before. They're nothing to pay attention to worthwhile, especially about Bebop, because Bebop is deep, but not as deep as you think. You just got to watch it a second time, and you've gotten everything. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good.
Yeah, for one hour, that was pretty good. Good stuff. Lots of. I like the Will Smith slap. That was good. That was a good edit. He was like,
yep.
Good editing, sir. Good job.
Also good on slapping yourself over a really bad joke.
Yep. So,
He
no.
was self-aware enough.
Good good video. Just, again, the topic has been covered so many times over the decades, and there's no need to talk about Bebop. What you should do is introduce your friends to Bebop who have not seen it.
Yeah.
And that is the best thing you could do. Don't ramble on. Oh, it's so good. They say, why is it so good? It's like, oh, there's so much meaning. No. It's fun. It's cool. It's nice and easy to digest. And you can come back to it 5 years later. You're still going to like it. Anyway, guys, thanks for the suggestion. That was finally our Anime Monday. I think we skipped last week because we were busy. And always nice to talk about Bebop, but just not in this way. So we will talk to you soon. Have a good one and take it easy. Good night.
Happy Easter.